everyone, we've reached 50 subs! Sorry, that was very bad, but thank you, everyone, very much for the 50 subs. I know it might not seem like much, but I'm really happy that we even made it that far. I'm surprised I even made it to more than 30, actually. So it's really great to see that enough people want to stick around to see what kind of videos I've made or will make in the future. Speaking of which is what I want to do for this milestone video. I have a bunch of ideas for the channel and for future videos I would like to make. Even if many other creators have done something similar to some of these ideas over the years, I have my own footage that I have recorded and I would really like to share some of it, as I'm constantly recording because I'm like, oh, that would go good in a video. I'd like to edit that stuff together someday. So here's some of the ideas for videos I have planned right now. One of them is having, the usual stuff, gameplay footage focused on different themes and subjects. Some of them, at least for the TF2 one, I wrote some ideas like fun and satisfying pipes. For some reason, I have this habit of conking on Thunder Mountain in the corner, so I'm gonna put a compilation of people doing that. Oh, that sounds really exciting. No, it's probably not gonna just be that as a video. It'll probably be friendly servers and players. Some others are good crits Craig runs, because I have a bad habit of not really knowing how to live more than 5 kills at a time. So if I can get up to 5 kills, that's good. And then I end up rushing in and getting myself killed. Other things include game glitches, broken visuals, as well as no class limits and all class random games. I was getting lots of those, and it seems like they're on Gold Rush a lot of the time. That one's interesting. Other stuff are baby and new players, which I really enjoy finding in the game. We all were babies at one point in no matter what game we're playing right now. So seeing people just learning mechanics and how to navigate menus and controls. They also have this really cute sort of endearing factor about them, I guess you could say. Yeah, other things include killing sprees as different classes, just to show, even if it's not the main class you choose to play, it's worth trying out, as you can be effective no matter what you play if your, teammates are working well together. That's just a few of the video options for the different themes and subjects for gameplay footage. Another one is different gameplay challenges, like TF2 play a different class wearing their gear that could obstruct gameplay, so only things like the Pyro's mask and eye patch. I don't really think anyone else has anything that can stop them. Maybe Soldier, his helmet's always obscuring him, so finding something like that. Gungeon stuff where you limit to unlock certain chest qualities and count each shot. Other stuff I would really like to do are some more informative and educational style videos, kind of like that engineer montage video where I play without sentry guns and try to top score using the other buildings. It just talks about how different classes are good at their jobs for their names. Engineer without his buildings is just kind of a very lousy scout, so it kind of goes over some gameplay and class details. So if you're here for the Gungeon guide that I did for challenge mode, thank you for subscribing. I do want to do more videos like that, but I feel like when it comes to guides, there's a lot already made and that I don't have much to contribute in terms of those. I try looking up videos and seeing which ones have been done, and that one in particular, I couldn't find a guide anywhere, so that's why I decided to do that. Other stuff that I would like to go over, own tips, experiencing and playing different classes for TF2, so some of the things for sword play with Demo Night, that would be a lot of fun, and how Demo Night could be changed if you added that whole element to it. Gungeon, I would like to do weapon showcase videos and different ways of using weapons, and general how-to for playing the game from my own experience. I'm not the best player, I mean, you know that. I just feel like, though, for new players, that would probably be helpful. Weapons in video games versus game worlds, that's a big series that I would really like to do, because the reasons for power of different weapons, general game balance, and game flow versus how powerful things are in the real life, and the major differences. I would like to do a series focus on specific weapons, comparing them in depth and speculating math for the real world power. For example, the rocket launcher in both Gungeon and TF2. Notice a theme. I like guns. Anyway, in Gungeon and TF2, the rocket launcher does not feel as powerful in TF2, even though it does a fair amount of damage, and that's, to balance out Soldier by his reloading. Same goes for Gungeon, except I feel like the reloading is closer to how it would be in the real world, in that it takes forever, and it does a good amount of damage, but not as much as you would think. I would really like to do that. Other series I would really like to work on include art and design focused videos. I really enjoy animation, and someday I would like to get better at it, but right now it's kind of hard to find all of the time to invest into it. If you ever try out animation, it's not just very time consuming, it's pretty difficult to make things look right. Going back to animation, I'd like to go over the 12 principles of animation and how they apply in different games. I know there's different videos and channels that go over this stuff, but I feel like the more we can get these sort of topics well known for different people, that people will appreciate how different aesthetics and stuff look for games and how they work. For example, weapons, when you're reloading, when you're firing, and when you're switching between weapons. Right now I'm just focusing mostly on TF2 and Gungeon, so I put the most hours into those so far. But yeah, so that can affect how satisfying things feel. Characters, their movement, walk cycles, and mannerisms. If you notice, there's always bouncy movements and stuff in Enter the Gungeon. And in TF2, you can actually, if you watch every one of the characters, they have bouncy sort of walk cycles. They just obviously more cartoonish, but to make them feel more lively, I'd say. And then just the way they move, that affects how they feel. Enemies and bosses. All the gamers in the world use something that's called anticipation in animation, where it's kind of like a tell before something attacks or moves, and doing that for enemies and bosses, that would be fun to study, just to see. It's kind of like a general thing that you end up looking at in every game but don't really realize what it's called. I mean, design focused videos, and it can be in the same videos explaining animation, weapon designs, and how they look in real world sometimes, or how they can feel believable in the worlds that they are existing in. Characters can also include the bosses in this section, where they're inspired from and what kind of influences they have, levels and environments, the kinds of atmospheres they give off to make you feel a certain way when you're playing. I have a couple more things to talk about for your video ideas. Man, this is going long. I would like to do story time and art showcasing, so using speed paints, which is something I would like to do more often, for different fan art as background footage for stories. I don't know how many of you guys have checked him out, but Star Videos, he's an old TF2 YouTuber, and then he moved on to other games and mostly streaming. Him and Germa used to do some stuff together, and in some old Star videos he does some story times over him doing some art. So I really enjoy watching art storytelling videos, and I'm subscribed to quite a few of those channels, so maybe you guys would enjoy that too. I don't know. Another thing would be to make or design some fan art crafts for different things from video games, and just trying to figure out if merch, for example, for Team Fortress 2 is too expensive. Everywhere you look, then you can make something of your own, and that would be cool. So that's something we could go over. And other ideas include whatever the heck I feel like making. So I want to make sure that even if I am followed for more specific styles of videos, that I still enjoy making the videos, because I'm trying not to just do one video game because of the danger of being forced into just one game. If you guys follow other game channels, you can see some of them, they've grown through one particular game or genre, and then they start getting attacked. That's because they don't want to get burnt out, which is something I want to avoid as well. I want to make sure this is a hobby that I still enjoy and don't get sick of it. So I'll try to be consistent, maybe once a month. But life and time will of course still affect my upload frequency. So if you get sick of how long it takes me to upload stuff, I don't blame you for unsubscribing. I would like if you stick around to see what I got, but you know, it's always fine to go do whatever you want to do. Something else I'm thinking about is possibly changing the channel appearance and some icons. So right now my icon and banner match what my name came from, which is Durzorn. I could go in depth some other time. I mean, besides the demon dragon appearance, it doesn't necessarily match the channel style or kind of the personality or the feel of the videos. I want to make sure to not drive people away from watching if it's not as appealing. I want to bring in more people with better design. I definitely have some ideas for intros, outros, and then animating SFMs for different segments of those. I have songs to go with them too. I want to continue at least for the next few years. Inactivity won't mean I've stopped. I'll make sure if I have stopped to let people know if there's going to be like any giant hiatus or something, or if I need to stop altogether at some point. You never know what's going to go on in life. Like, what if I get a really good high-paying job at some studio or something? Wow. I don't think that'll happen, but you know, you can always dream. I want to increase in upload frequency if possible, but I don't want to make false promises. I definitely would like to make myself have more of a schedule, but if I can't, you know, I don't want to disappoint anyone if I can help that. Anyway, so that was a very long, a lot of droning and blah blah blahs, and I hate hearing my voice. That's why this took so long to record, because I have to check over my voice, see stuff, and edit out different parts. Yeah. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate your time and for showing interest in this channel. And I hope to provide more content that people will enjoy and maybe make people's days a little better, but that will just make people happy, if that's possible, or satisfied, or whatever purpose different videos can have, that they've left a positive impact in a way. So once again, thank you guys very much for subscribing, and see you next time. Bye there.